Go and try your luck. Test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up. Got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell them park it up, then that be poking out them jeans. I've been sparking up like the fireworks. I keep the flame. Heard you walking up. This the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up. They can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up, trying to put the face to the name.
Yo guys, what is up? What's going on? Welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, my name is Spencer and this beside me is my 2020 Tacoma. And in this video today, we're going to be specifically continuing on the build of turning this Tacoma into my own personal weekend getaway overlanding rig. More specifically, today, we're going to be installing the rear bed rack. It's going to eventually support an array of things, but most importantly, the rooftop tent. Alright, so I've just organized and laid everything out. I find it so much easier to organize nuts and bolts and washers before you get started, and then lay out all the parts as well. I've just found being organized like this makes the install go a lot smoother. Alright, so first step we're going to do is mount the riser to the actual crossbar up here. And this is the hardware that we're going to use. Okay, so the riser just slides into the crossbar like this, and it'll line up with a notch in the bar cut with 3 bolt holes on each side. So go ahead and install this hardware, but leave it loose. You don't want to tighten it because we're still going to be adjusting these before they get put on into their final position. Alright, so once you've got the risers bolted onto the crossbars and you've got all those loose so we can adjust it later, now we just have to get these brackets and we're going to connect these to the bottom of the bars now. And for that we're going to use these bolts here. You'll notice that these ones are kind of sunken, so they sit nice and flushly with everything. So these are really nice. Alright, so over here on the side of the truck, I'm going to take this bed cleat out. If you don't know how to do that, just loosen it, push it in, rotate it, and the whole thing comes right out. And then this small end piece here, you just slide it out. Then we're going to slide 2 of these rails in, just like this. 1, 2. We can put our bed cleat back into position, as well as the end piece. Alright, so now that we've got those mounting brackets in position, everything's lined up, we can go ahead and get the bed rack mounted up onto the truck. Now if you remember, we left these bolts here on the sides loose, and I mentioned that you might not need all 3. It depends on what kind of truck you have and the width of it. Some trucks are bigger, the Tacoma is obviously a little bit smaller. So I've only got these 2 bolts in here. Now the bracket piece will just slide into the bracket that's connected to the rails like that, and then we can secure everything using nuts and washers. Might not be a bad idea to take a measuring tape and double check, make sure everything is equal and even before tightening everything up. Alright, and that's it guys, pretty much finished now. All we have to do, once we've got everything in place, it's lined up and it's nice and even. Make sure your bar spacing is the same and got the same measurements on both sides. We're gonna go ahead and tighten up all these small bolts here. Tighten the crossbars, we can move on to the actual mounting brackets. 10mm bolt, tighten those up nicely. And there we go, just like that, we are finished. Install time only took me, I think, an hour. But make sure you put everything on together properly. There were a few things that when I first did it, I had backwards, had to go back and flip it around. And then remember to leave all those bolts loose because you want to be able to adjust these when you put them on. All right, tell me what you guys think. Looks awesome, and it doesn't even have a tent on it yet. There we go, guys. That's how to install the RA Motorsports bed rack on your 3rd gen Tacoma. Like I said, only took me about an hour, and double check all your measurements. Make sure it's nice and even, but everything's adjustable on this, which is really nice. So you can actually move these wherever into position. And then of course, it can support a rooftop tent, mounted up here and such. Give me some suggestions for things that I should mount on the sides that'll come in handy for road trips, weekend getaways and such. But for now, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. That was the install. Check out the links down below in the description if you wanna pick this guy up, or the Molly panel. I don't know if they have that on the website quite yet, but I think they will soon. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are if you think it looks good. Give me some suggestions on what to mount on it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.